Today's my anniversary. 12/24/2007. I went home on vacation and came back on probation. The state of Illinois kidnapped me for making a documentary about your prison industry and the money you make off mass incarceration. I'm a precedent-setting case. N62528, State of Illinois versus Duane Davis, 1986. I turned in guns and drugs to end the war on drugs. I went back to Illinois in 2006 to film a documentary, Get Shorty. Governor O'Malley approved the program. It was about guns, gangs, and violence. It's about the root of the evil that y'all created. I did it through the legal lens, all right? Like I said, I had a film crew, everything documented. Duane Davis, Lake County Sheriff's Department, all right? Those are chits. Call them chits. All right, those are complaints, and I got a shitload of chits because I complained every day I was locked up. Like I said, I'm not Emmett Till. I'm showing the corruption in the courts, how you incarcerate Black America, and Black people and our Black leadership don't do nothing about it. Mayor Cunningham know all about this. Mayor Cunningham got this, and me and Mayor Cunningham grew up together. Lionel Farmer and me grew up together. Lionel Farmer's a retired police officer. And Lionel Farmer know all about this. Like I said, Lake County, Illinois. I went home on vacation and came back on probation. So we talking about the Black community, a ghetto wherever you go. These are common contract terms, all right? And I met the requirements of my contract. These are contract tips, and I met the requirements of all the contract tips. I contacted all the officials, I documented everything, and I used the mail as a backup, all right? Social scientific experiment about race and racism. From Zion, Illinois to Baltimore, Maryland. You feel me? And if you go to the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts, they got everything. They got my paperwork. The Maryland Volunteer Lawyers can't represent me, but they holding my evidence. This is through the legal lens, all right? That's Malcolm Ruff, and Malcolm Ruff know all about this. He was a University of Baltimore law student when I started this, all right? Commode motion. That's Ivan Bates, and that's Fox 45. Like I said, the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts got all this. We shot footage at Whitehead's barbershop. Artist Yancey had this to know all about this. Eddie Washington ain't here no more. Artist Yancey ain't here no more. I edited my film at Ron Leventon at his production company. She had plenty of knowledge of this. That's the Baltimore Sun, the Waukegan New Sun. That's Lake County Health Department. And that's the Zion Police Department, all right? I took y'all's cards because I wanted to make sure that we didn't have no misunderstandings. I was making a movie. Right here, I'm the spook who sat by the door, and this is the remix. That's the Department of Justice. Like I said, I contacted the Department of Justice before I started this. That's March 2007, all right? That's my Storm Falls Road. That's Dick Durbin, all right? And Patrick Fitzgerald. Dick Durbin, Patrick Fitzgerald. And the state of Illinois took a tape. That tape was the Christmas tape, all right? It was a tape just like this, and that's worth $1 million. I was insured with Brother Insurance, all right? Right here is Patrick Fitzgerald. That's Patrick Fitzgerald. That's Patrick Fitzgerald. That's P.O. Box 38, Waukegan, Illinois. And that's timestamped Baltimore, Maryland, all right? February the 2nd. You feel me? Y'all had this. February the 2nd, y'all had this. We the inmates respectfully submitted. Makes it a class action lawsuit because you did it to a class of people. That's the Department of Justice. I can show you the FBI, the Baltimore, the FBI Chicago. I can show you President Bush, President Obama, President Biden. I can show you everybody involved. And these is the tapes. And we're going to play the tapes like Watergate. The 2021 Weaver Award winner. Weaving the social fabric. You feel me? Weaving the social fabric. And it's about the new face of old Jim Crow. Michelle Alexander wrote the book. I made the movie. And Greg Bernstein received this on February the 2nd, 2011. That's why Baltimore City didn't lock me up. Baltimore County did. But they didn't destroy all the evidence. That's timestamped. That's Greg Bernstein. Like I said, through the legal lens. That's Spring Grove Medical Hospital, all right? Duane G. Davis. That's WJZ. That's Parole and Probation, Linda Dodge. consent to be videotaped. I want y'all to play the whole hour and a half videotape for the public. All right. That's consent to be videotaped. That's also evidence. Brack versus Well gives me access to the grand jury. That's going to be grand jury testimony. It's my birthday. It's my birthday present. 12 days of Christmas. This Christmas Eve. This is when you started this. This is where we're going to end this. Racism in the judicial system. And I showed the role the media plays in misinformation. Whistleblower, 2018. And that's when Ivan Bates got this information. If you go to Ivan Bates and get his cell phone and get his Facebook page, look at everything he got on messages from Duane Davis. All right. Ivan Bates is your weakest link because he's been protecting white supremacy. Like I said, Michelle Alexander wrote the book. I made the movie, The New Jim Crow. And we got it all on tape. You feel me? We got it all on tape. That's Governor Westmore. That's Jack. That's Vanessa. And that's Mayor Brandon Scott. Commissioner Worley. Commissioner Harris. That's the jailhouse diary from Maryland. That's the jailhouse diary from Illinois. The 2026 session is getting ready to start up. All right. Dr. K got a thing coming up on January the 10th at the free school. Well, everything that you got at the free school, I'm coming to your free school. And I'm getting ready to school y'all about what you do and what you don't do. We talking about the haves and the have-nots. Black leadership protecting white supremacy. The thesis of my conversation. All right. So we're going to bring everything to the light of the day. 2026, I want exoneration of the Supreme Court. And I want all these tapes to go in front of the grand jury. We're going to play the tapes like Watergate. That's the Maryland House of Delegates. That's the Attorney General, Anthony Brown. Request for guidance to process of charges of exoneration. All right. Dear Attorney General Anthony Brown. And that's Kaylin Young in the 45th District. And ain't nobody answered that request yet. That's the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. So everything I've been doing from 2006 to now is documented. Anything happen to me, man, ending up dead ain't gonna stop this documentary. Fox 45 got to turn over all that information. The Baltimore Sun got to turn over all that information. And like I said, it's through the legal lens. You the star of the show. You my main witness. In 2006, they made a Stop Snitching video. We're going to see if you're going to start snitching. Like I said, you my main witness. Through the legal lens. Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. All right. Ivan Bates. Like the toilet says, this is art and evidence. Art and evidence. And that's Ivan Bates. Through the legal lens. Fox 45. Ivan Bates. Fox 45. That's City Paper. And that's S.H.O.R.T.Y. All right. Baltimore, the city that reads. Read that. I'm a Baltimore City hero. See the big picture? Everything coming into focus now? Like I said, let's play the tapes like Watergate. Potty training politicians. People pay attention to dumbass shit. Vanessa Attenberry. You got my intellectual property. Governor Westmore. You got my intellectual property. Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. Making a movie about you to star the show. About our leadership and the power of the toilet. Toilets and tapes. We're going to be like Watergate.